What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the UIBI SoundPower 1200 portable power station. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 1120 watt hour LiFePO 4 battery, a 1200 watt power handling with a peak of 2400 watts, a built-in 100 watt speaker system, UPS function with a 10 millisecond switchover time, and weighs 33.5 pounds. Taking a look inside your box, you have your manual for the power station, then you have your wireless mic instructions, you have your charging cable, which I'm always happy to see just a cable and not an actual larger charging brick. You have another charging cable, this one is XT60, and the other end you have your car charging adapter, so you can charge your power station from a car. Then you have not one, but two wireless mics that connect to the speaker here. These are battery powered and also include batteries with them. And then last but not least, you have the actual power station slash speaker itself. Taking a look at the power station itself, this is by far the most unique power station I've ever used. On the surface, it really just looks like a large, regular Bluetooth party speaker, and unless you tell someone, it's really unlikely they'll notice this was a power station as well. So taking a look at the front, you have your speaker grill, and behind this you have a 6-inch subwoofer in the middle, and then two 2-inch full range drivers at the sides. Again, this is a Bluetooth speaker that has a total of 100 watts. Coming to the side, this is where most of your ports are. You have your DC output, two DC barrel jacks, two USB-A ports, one is 18 watts, the other is 22.5 watts, two USB-C ports, one is 30 watts, one is 100 watts. Then coming down here, you have your AC input. As I said earlier, all you need is just to connect that regular standard 3-prong computer cable. Then you have your XT60 cable, which right here, this will be to either charge by solar or the other cable I had earlier, which is the car adapter to XT60. And then right here, you have your circuit reset button. And then coming to the other side, you have your two AC input ports. Coming to the top, you have your screen, and then you have all your different controls. At the top, you have your controls for the power station, and then coming to the bottom, you have your different controls and dials for your speaker. And then right here in the middle, you have a jack to plug in your guitar as well. So I know this is a power station first, but technically this is also the world's longest lasting Bluetooth speaker as well. According to the specs, this can play audio for over 80 hours. I don't care how much money you spend or what you buy. I can guarantee no other battery powered speaker is going to outlast this one. I have not tested the speaker yet, but if it sounds good, then this will definitely be an absolute home run in the Bluetooth speaker space. Then of course, you also get the bonus of it being a very capable power station as well. I say this because there are many speakers where people complain about battery life, but you're 100% not going to have that problem with this one. So taking a look at the power station side, this has a very good 800 watt maximum input from the AC charger or 200 watts from the solar panel input. During my charging through AC, I was getting, as advertised, about 798 watts. So testing out the battery capacity, I drained this power station from 100% to 0 using about an 800 watt load and got a total of 973 watt hours. Doing the math, that gives this power station a usable capacity of 87%. Most power stations are usually somewhere around 80 to 85%, so this power station is definitely one of the better ones out there. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out the speaker side of things. Coming back to the controls up top, you have your guitar volume, microphone volume. This is your speaker on and off. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Then coming over here, you have your LED on and off. This does have a LED ring around the front. So if you click that, that'll turn it on and off, and that'll react to the music as well. You have your bass boost on and off, track back, play pause, track forward, echo. This is the dial that gives echo to the microphone. And then lastly over here, you have your total volume. Like I said earlier, I really like how this has a digital readout as well. So right now, this is the battery capacity. But if I turn this, it'll actually show the percentage of that dial as well. Very cool, not something I've seen with other analog dials like this. Even though they look like they're analog dials, they're actually digital. So pretty cool. If you like having it at a certain volume, you can just turn it and look at that and get it where you need it to be. All right, so I got this paired up to my phone. Let's go ahead and see how it sounds. On the speaker, this is at 50%. Go ahead and turn it up. 75%. All right, so overall, I am mostly happy with the performance of this speaker. The mid bass is nice and tight. The highs aren't too bright. There's not too much equalization going on. It's a nice and somewhat neutral sound. If you're looking for really, really low bass, this is not going to deliver that. There's a good amount of bass though, so I think most people would be happy with it. If you're like a bass head and you want this to shake the whole entire house, it's not going to do that. But the bass that it does have, it sounds nice and rich, nice and tight. And like I said, it doesn't go really, really low on the low bass, but there's enough bass to leave you satisfied and, you know, overall make the music enjoyable. I tested the volume from 50, 75, and 100. Around 75%, it sounds great. 80% still sounds good, but once you go above 80, I feel like the speaker's trying to get pushed a little bit. Maybe with certain music doesn't have much bass, it'll probably sound better. But with something like rap or something really bassy, that's where I feel like the speaker kind of struggles. So in my opinion, it's probably best to hear this speaker at about 80% or lower. But overall, for a speaker that's built into a power station, you would think this might be like an afterthought or just sound like junk. But this is actually a very, very capable speaker that I would easily put up against like a JBL Party Box 100 or something like that. It's only 100 watts, but for what it is, it definitely delivers. And this is going to be a great combination to have, especially if you're camping or even if you're having a house party in back of your yard or something. Just bring this out there. And like I said, this has a humongous battery since this is a power station first. So you can turn this on, bump your music, and not have to worry about it dying, because unless your party's lasting 2 or 3 days, this is definitely going to keep on pushing and playing music. Overall, this is not only a great power station, but a great speaker as well. On one hand, this can be the ultimate longest lasting speaker for parties, and on the other, you can also use it for backup power or any other regular power station needs as well. Overall, the UIBI SoundPower 1200 is definitely a product I would highly recommend. Alright, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.